Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. In this video we're going to show you how to change out one of the balance springs on the Whirlpool washer. It's going to be a very easy repair and it should only take us a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of the springs, great. If not, you can click on the link below or order it from AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you'll find the new suspension spring. The main reasons you'd be changing out the counterbalance spring is, in most cases, the end of it rusts off and the spring ends up just hanging there. And you'll notice that the tub sits a little off center, usually to the right and forward a little bit. The first thing we have to do is to remove the control panel. It's usually held in place by two screws. They're located in either the front or the rear of the control panel. Some models have trim covers that you have to lift off to gain access to the screws, and on other models they have spring clips that you have to slip a putty knife underneath to release them. Once you have your screws out, slide the control panel forward about 1/2 inch and lift it back over the back of the machine. With the console out of the way, we have to go ahead and disconnect the lid switch and remove the two retaining spring clips that hold the body to the frame. With a flathead screwdriver, just pry them out. Next, we have to go ahead and remove the body from the frame of the washer. So we have to lift up on the lid and grab the body right here. Put your foot against the body of the machine. Tilt the body back to about 45 degrees and carefully lift it off the washer. Now that you have the cabinet off the washer, you have access to inside of the machine to change out the part. Here's the counterbalance spring. We have to disconnect the lower and the upper end. We're going to remove the lower half of the spring, which is connected to the frame. All you have to do is grab the spring and pull down on it. In most cases, you're changing the spring out because the lower part of the spring is worn out, so you won't have to disconnect it. It's just going to be hanging there. In order to get the upper half off, just take it out of the hole. Sometimes if it's been rusting really bad, this hole is actually rusted out of the frame and you may have to drill a small hole next to it. If you can't do that, then you may have to hook the new spring into the frame right here. Here's the old spring next to the new spring. Like I said earlier, yours may or may not have the hook on it. It may have actually rusted completely off. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it from AppliancePartsPros.com. To reinstall the new spring, we'll hook the top of the spring into the bracket, and then we'll stretch the lower half down with the pliers and hook it into the frame. If this hole is rusted out, you can try to drill that second hole next to it, or you can take it and stretch the spring over to the side right here, and it'll put the same tension on the tub. Now that we're finished with the repair, we can go ahead and put the cabinet back on the machine. To put the cabinet back on the machine, we do it the same way we took it off. Grab the cabinet, tilt it to a 45-degree angle, and swing it back onto the washing machine. When you're sliding the body back onto the frame, make sure you get the lower lip underneath the frame, and then lower it down onto the 4 locking tabs. So just go ahead and hook the clips onto the back panel, and with your flathead screwdriver, push them down into place. Reconnect the lid switch. To close up the console, all you do is rotate it forward over the front of the machine. Make sure the locking tabs lock in place. Pull it back about 1/2 inch and replace the screws. Now that you have the machine reassembled, you can go ahead and plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a test spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.